Hey everyone, my name is David and I lead all the design at Guide Labs. I'm here today to give you a 5-minute explainer video on one of the tools that we love to integrate into our daily work. It's called the 100-point test, and it's a really helpful and easy tool to help you calibrate your work against your actual capacity or effort over the next 1 week, 2 weeks, or even month, whatever time horizon you want to use. Now, how it works is pretty simple. I'm working here in Miro. I'm going to show you my own personal 100-point test for the next 2 to 3 weeks so you can get a sense of how this works and how you might be able to use it in your own work. You're going to start with listing all your deliverables. These are things I have to accomplish over this next 2 to 3 weeks. So I have things in here like finalize a roadmap, support our experience team, launch a new marketing campaign, work on the designs of a new feature for our platform. And then there's some things in here around discretionary time. This is really important. If we don't block out this discretionary time, we get overextended really quickly. And that's where we start to see things like burnout, working crazy hours, or even missing deliverables. So we want to build in that buffer to deal with anything that's unexpected or invest in our own growth and development. Once you have your deliverables, you need to list out your desired points. The desired points are not a comment on how important something is, but it's more about how much effort is required to get that deliverable where it needs to be. So I've gone ahead and done that already. For these, you'll see I kind of doled out a mixture of points here. It all adds up to 100. So that's my ideal state. But as we all know, the ideal state doesn't always quite match up with reality. So now I want to look at my actual capacity. And what I've done before getting on here was I've looked at my calendar, I've looked at my Slack messages and my emails, and I've spoken with my team to get a sense of anything that's coming up that I'm not sure I'm aware of, so that might impact my ideal state. So let's go in and look at my actual capacity for each one of these really quick. So I've already scheduled all the meetings I need to finalize this roadmap and get alignment from the team and other stakeholders. So I think that's going to be okay. That's going to have a 0 delta, and we are okay with that. Now, this is where things already start to get messy. The experience team is delivering a new experience, and I just chatted with them the other day. They're actually going to need a lot more design support than I realized. And so based on their ask, it's looking about like I'm going to have to allocate about 30 points to this. Now, that's a big delta, right? That's 20 over what I was anticipating. So I'm going to have to do something to close that gap a little bit. And we'll come back to that in a second. Now, because of that, I'm thinking this marketing campaign can't really change, but maybe I can kind of reduce the scope a little bit. So now I'm looking at about 20 points there. So I'm like kind of a minus 10 delta. And then again, I really want to protect that discretionary time. So I'm kind of realistically looking at about 20 points to work on our new feature. And so then we'll protect this and we'll make sure that delta is 0. Okay, so we got a few deltas here, some more significant than others. But what I really want to start and highlight is this one here. So what I'm going to attempt to do is renegotiate the scope of my effort on this. So I'm going to work to give some templates and some pre-created components that our experienced team can probably use on their own to get the design assets they need. And hopefully that'll close that delta down, which will free up a little more time on our marketing campaign. What I'm gonna do here is just reset expectations on our new feature. It's not actually being released till Q4, so we don't have to worry about making so much progress on that this week. And then what I'm just gonna do here is kind of take a reduced effort on the marketing campaign. Maybe I'll plan out the first month or two of that campaign rather than all 3 months and every aspect perfectly buttoned up, so that we have that calibration. Now, when I've done that, what I'm hoping to do is get kind of my new delta. If I can renegotiate this effectively, maybe do down to 20 points, I can get that down to more like plus 10. Maybe that gives me my time back on my marketing campaign. And now in this feature, we're going to keep that there since that is a lower priority because the deadline for that is much further out. And we're going to keep our discretionary time. So there you have it, 100-point test. That took about 5 minutes, more or less. It's not meant to be scientific and perfect. It's meant to give you a sense of what's going on so that you can kind of calibrate as you go along with more sophistication so that you're ensuring that you're adding as much value and impact as possible and you're taking the right actions like delegating, renegotiating scope, resetting expectations, moving deadlines that are movable, things of that nature. Hope this helped. Good luck incorporating this into your day-to-day work. See you soon.